are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, I don't know about you, but nobody here feels like they have liberty when their children are being suffocated by masks. And we have made it crystal clear we are not happy about it either. The Declaration goes on to state that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. But guess what? We have stood up here many times and told you we the people do not consent to mandatory masking.
Amen.
The Declaration continues that whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and to institute new government. I'm also here tonight to tell you that if you do not stand soon for freedom and take these masks off these children, that for sure is going to happen, either by petition for removal or by voting you out in November. It is 1776 again, and we are once again proudly standing for our freedom, and we must continue to do so. I provided Mr. Bond personally with 83 plus legal forms obtained in a 2-hour period, but many more were sent by email from America's frontline doctors, and discussed with him in detail research showing how mandatory masks are harmful, experimental, and illegal. I had also emailed them to the board members back in April, yet nothing was done. My family and who I am here representing tonight have made a hard decision to pull their child and homeschool them because we do not want her to suffocate anymore. This, however, is not an admission of defeat, it is a victory. A victory in that this is one less child with a mask covering her beautiful, God-given face. One that can now breathe God's fresh air, one that can now learn and grow without oppression, and one that has been given freedom from tyranny. However, we will continue to fight for the children that remain until all children are free from oppression to once again be able to breathe. It's sad that we're fighting about that, for the ability of a child to breathe. And I'll leave you with this tonight in closing. Imagine what would happen if we as a county all got together and on the same day, September 11th, removed all the children from public school. Who then would you govern?
Sounds like a plan.
Great action, Augusta County. God is with us. Remember your two biggest weapons in this war. Number one, your Bible, and number two, your Constitution.
All right.
But board members, I continue to pray for you, all of you, some of you of which are not making eye contact with me right now. I pray for you that you will choose faith over fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you Mr. Sanders?
I sure am.
Are you Ms.
As you said, my name is Marcus Sanders, and I'm a commercial site utility contractor. So therefore, I am certified and safety competent and trained through confined space through OSHA. Here are my certifications. This machine I have right here is a gas monitor. I use it daily. And this tests oxygen levels and carbon dioxide along with a couple other gases in the environment. When this monitor alarms when I'm at my job, it is an emergency situation. And we go into life-saving mode. We retrieve the man from the confined space immediately with a life retrieval tripod system. And we then verify his oxygen levels and check his statistics. OSHA states the rulemaking record for respiratory protection standard clearly justifies adopting the requirement that air breathed by employees must have an oxygen content of 19.5 or less. A lesser concentration of oxygen in employees breathing air could endanger them physically and diminish their ability to cope with other hazards that may be present in the work situation. So I'm here to do a little experiment. I've talked into this tube the whole time, so I'm going to do it with a mask on and see what we're actually breathing. got the mask on as tight as I possibly can to ensure that the mask is working. And there you go. Not even 4 or 5 seconds have gone by, and I'm already at an 18-point and you expect me to get kids through school and wear these for 8 hours a day. In my job, we would, at this point, yank the man out of the hole and check his vitals. So, and that being said, unmask our children, stand up for what we want, and quit listening to Richmond. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Fan. I'm a citizen of Augusta County as well as a mom of 2. I'll jump right to my question or concern. In February 2020, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo addressed all of the governors at the National Governors Association, a speech anyone can access on YouTube, by the way. It's about 18 minutes long. He was talking about the threat that China poses to the United States, and 10 minutes into his speech, he stated that even local school boards and politicians had been lobbied by the Communist Party of China, either directly or in the form of sister city programs. And I did some digging and found that Richmond does indeed have a sister city program with China. And if it's a concern to the former Secretary of State, it's a concern to me. So I would like to ask this local school board, has anyone from the Communist Party of China been in contact with you, to your knowledge, or anybody on this board? It's a simple yes or a no. Thank you.
Seemed really confident.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Watts. Sorry. I'm from Greenville, just a plain little country girl. I came here to show my support because I think what you guys are doing is disgusting. And I was not going to speak until I seen Mr. Bond there stand up with those 2 beautiful girls with those red masks on, which I cannot see their face because they're muzzled. Okay? And I watched him stand back and those other 2 girls stand to the side. So they'd be social distance because they took a picture. But just soon the camera went, right down in the crowd he went. This is not a joke, Mr. Bond. This is not a joke to any of us. Do y'all understand that? You are muzzling our children. We do not appreciate it. I want to work with you. I want to work with every one of you. I believe in Jesus Christ. I hope you're on the same side because I don't believe you are right now. I think you're following the governor who's an abortionist. He kills babies. He's a black-faced racist. And he is for the Communist Party. And I want you to think about what is going on. This is wrong. Our freedom matters, okay? My freedom matters. I am not a slave. I am not a slave to you. My children will not be a slave. My one grandson, I have 6 in the school. I've been able to pull out 2 and homeschool myself. But it is ridiculous that we have to pull out our children because y'all will not listen to the people. We, the people, are who you work for. Do you not understand that? We are the people. You work for us. Thank you and God bless you.
Hi, Wesley Brady. I am tired of our children and staff being used as game pawns in this daggone political war. December 2019, in my daughter's class of 20 students, only 7 remained in class during a flu outbreak. Were families called, texted, and emailed? No. Were schools closed? Nope. Were masks implemented? Nope. So why now? Why do y'all continue to allow our children and staff to be treated like caged animals behind this worthless cloth? It is not doing a darn thing to halt anything. People who have received the jab are still getting COVID. They can be asymptomatic and continue to spread it to others. And our disgraceful puppet of a president is letting in illegal immigrants left and right that come bearing God only knows what disease. And you're keeping us in masks. What the heck? The masks are doing more harm than good. They conceal facial expressions so teachers cannot tell whether their students are bored, angry, angry, upset, or even excited. They can just see the eyes, and that doesn't disclose everything. Students use the bathroom. They don't wash their hands, they touch their mask. What the heck are they breathing in? Feces. I sent y'all an email today, I don't know if y'all read it, about a Petri dish test. Go check it out. Wake up! The masks are not helping, they are a silent killer, breeding pulmonary issues, dental issues, and oral issues that are a sleeping giant waiting to roar in the future. Do not take away our parental rights. Do not allow Augusta County to become China, where the government has dictatorship. We are not China. We will never be China. Wake up. Our children and staff are worth far more than what they're being treated right now. Free them from being political game pawns. Show them that their values are more worth than what they're having today. Wake up to Richmond. Wake up to D.C. and show our students and our staff that their value is a hell of a lot more than it is right now.
Amen.
Warren Cass is on deck.
Hi, good evening. My name is Sarah Haynes. I'm a mom of 3 and for staff. 2 of them, 2 of my kids are in school. However, they're both too young to be vaccinated. I am asking for you to help us protect our children. I know that we may not look like there's many parents that want masking and protection as there are, but there are plenty of parents who are afraid to come to meetings because they don't want to get their children sick. And not doing things like that is the right thing to do. I'm asking for a choice for a virtual option during this surge. The surge that we're having right now is equal or worse than in December, and our healthcare workers are drowning. Our hospitals are overwhelmed with the numbers. Just this week, I believe the hospital has had more than 20 new admissions of COVID positive patients. We had to turn down skilled rehab patients to make room for that. So now, not only is COVID affecting the patients with COVID, but now there's no rehab floor in the hospital. Our Virginia reopening plan says that at 100 new cases per 100,000 people, sports should be stopped. Our number right now is 1,300, which is 13 times that. I'm asking you to help the transmission outside of schools and limit our extracurriculars at this time. I completely understand how important sports and extracurriculars are. I've spent more than half my life in the sports world. But keeping our community safe and not overwhelming our hospital system is more important at this point. I ask you to please help us protect our children and give us a virtual or hybrid option and keep masks mandatory.
Wow, wow, wow.
Hi, it's nice to see you again. My name is Sarah Bell. I have my doctorate in nursing practice, and I'm a nurse practitioner for the board. Dr. Bond, thank you for responding to my emails and for talking to me over the last few weeks as well. Dr. Ward, or Mr. Ward, last school board meeting, you had mentioned that you wanted to proceed with the mandate to see how masking would affect the schools
Ladies, go for Steelers.
One clap. Two clap.
Warren Cash is our speaker page on deck, and Jeremy Nance.